Welcome to Rebellious Wellness KPIs. Let's get curious about what your body and mind are really saying. Time to dive in, have fun, and explore the possibilities. How well is your neck moving? And corresponding to that, how well are you able to look at life from a different perspective? Covering today's Rebellious Wellness KPI, neck mobility and flexibility. Now, the neck or the cervical spine is part of the rest of our spine. We are doing an overview of specifically the neck because it is such a delicate area of the body, and unfortunately, it has been highly impacted by today's technology posture. What do I mean? I mean the frequently seen head forward posture. So instead of the ears being stacked on top of the shoulders, we see this, and a lot of times we see this, which then in turn creates a lot of tension for our poor little neck muscles. So one of the fabulous exercises that you can do is, if you're here, is you can just press the head back. And when you press the head back, that should actually feel really good onto your neck and probably shoulders, because it's going to take pressure off the neck. Now, this is the cervical part of the spine, and we're going to talk especially about its mobility. Just like the rest of the spine, it can move into a flexion, into lateral, into twist or rotation, and then into an extension. And what you want to make sure is that you have full mobility into all of the ranges of motion. And I'll tell you one thing that's happening is, again, because of the head forward and the slouchiness, is our range of motion into the neck is significantly decreasing, and moving our head, being able to move our head, is very much of a functional movement, such as when you're driving, right? When you're looking behind you, you want to be able to have type of mobility, and what you might be experiencing is this kind of mobility because you're restricted into the neck. So let's evaluate what your neck mobility looks like. So, chin back. If the chin is forward and you go into flexion, that's going to load your entire upper complex, but truthfully, your entire complex in an off way. So, chin back. You can hold your finger there and then gently press it down. And this should feel good. Nothing that we do should feel forced, straining, uncomfortable. And then you take it back up. And again, down and up. And does that feel free? Now we're going to go into lateral. As we go into lateral, we want to make sure that as you go up, the neck does not shorten. You want to make sure the shoulder doesn't come up, the shoulder doesn't come forward. You want to make sure that you have space on both sides. And then as you come down, the space does not get compressed. Your neck stays nice and long. There should be no pain. And you come back up, and then you go the other way. And pay attention. Do both sides feel differently? Depending on what you've got going on, you probably feel a difference. And my neck might be out of alignment because I'm looking at the camera, and come back up. Now we're going to try rotation. Now, as we rotate, couple of things. You don't want the upper body to rotate. You only want the head to rotate. And as you rotate, you don't want to, again, shorten. You want to maintain length, both sides of the neck. Ready? We're going to turn one way. Nice and gentle. Again, nothing should hurt. Can you go fully? Don't force. And then center. And then we're going to go the other way. So now we are gauging, do you have the same range of motion on both sides? And likely the answer will be no. But do you feel, for example, one side greatly restricted than the other? And then we go into an extension. Now, the big thing about extension is it drives me crazy when I see people tossing back their head. Why? Because we do not want to compress the vertebrae. We want to have space. So these, you want to think about lengthening it and then going over rather than crunching it. I don't even want to demonstrate it because it does not feel good. So let's take the thumbs into the little dimples of the skull and very gently feel like you're almost pulling your head up. That should feel amazing. Make sure you don't shrug the shoulders. And then from there, just tilt your head back without leaning back or popping your ribs out or crunching your low back. Just nice and gently. Just move the head up and you should not feel any compression. And obviously the fingers there are simply so that we don't compress, so that we can protect. And relax it down. So, what did you find? How is your neck moving? How you age and the mobility of your neck hand in hand. I look forward to hearing from you. Stay strong, rebellious, and mobile. I'll see you next time.